Hi there, I'm Katherine Taylor, the lawyer for business owners. Do you own a business? And if so, is that business formed as an LLC? If so, you might have asked yourself this question. And the question is, do I need an operating agreement? My answer to my clients is a very solid probably. So what does that mean? If you're a sole member LLC, that means a one owner LLC, most of the time you actually don't really need an operating agreement. An operating agreement, by the way, is essentially for an LLC. It does the same thing for an LLC that, let's say, bylaws do for a corporation. It discusses and documents and memorializes the relationship among the members of the LLC and indicates in writing how the profits and losses of the LLC will be distributed, whether interests can be transferred, what happens upon the death, incapacity, or disability, or divorce or bankruptcy of one of the members, etc. So again, if you're a sole member LLC, you probably don't need an operating agreement, primarily because it would basically be an operating agreement with yourself. However, one caveat to that is this. I'm seeing this more and more. Clients of mine who are single member LLC owners come to me and they say, I went to my bank and my bank says I need an operating agreement even just to open an account. Banks are getting more and more strict about who can open accounts. There are way too many sham entities that are opening bank accounts all across the country. And so you may find that your bank is going to require it. Or if you're looking to bid on a government contract, you may be asked by the government entity to provide a copy of your operating agreement because, again, it just somewhat helps legitimize the business. So that's if you're a sole member LLC. If you're a multi-member LLC, and that's 2 members or more, I almost always say, yes, you need an operating agreement. And this is even if the 2 members are husband and wife. That is because many times, and in most states, the rules governing the operations of an LLC are very bare. LLCs are generally formed by owners because they want a more flexible entity. But along with that flexibility comes the lack of regulation, or we should say otherwise, along with the lack of regulation comes the flexibility. But many times you really don't want a whole lot of flexibility in a situation where you're dealing with whether your other LLC member can get out. What happens, again, if one of you becomes incapacitated, one of you dies? What happens if you're at an impasse? If you're 50-50 owners, what happens if one person wants to bring another person in or sell part of their interest? All of this is set forth in an operating agreement. If you don't have that document, then you can quickly, your relationship with your LLC members can quickly devolve into argument and impasse. So again, if you are a multi-member LLC, you really should have an operating agreement. If you're a sole member LLC, it's probably a good idea also. If you want any assistance with drafting an operating agreement or just with determining what an operating agreement would include, give me a call or email me at ktaylor@taylorlegal.com. You can find my contact information on the website at taylorlegal.com. Thank you.